Like, what y'all watch the controversial documentary? I ain't gonna say it on your platform.
I didn't watch it.
The Kyrie one?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it's wild.
I'll say it.
I've heard so many people talking about it. I feel like I watched it.
It's just,
and I heard it's not that enjoyable either.
no, it seems like it's kind of boring. But
It's 4 hours
Black
long.
Israelites.
Yeah.
It's 4 hours long. It doesn't start till 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like, it was 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, another title screen. Wake up now.
Yeah.
Like, yo, when is this movie finna movie? Like, I'm kind of ready for this shit to
Right,
get going.
right.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so it's like that?
I wouldn't have lost my job over this shit.
Right.
Spending 5 games, nigga. Like, I don't know who.
Or even
Right,
tweet about it
right.
for that matter. Yeah.
Yeah,
just in
bro,
general.
that's true, bro.
But I don't. It depends. Like, it's a bigger purpose behind it.
Yeah.
I don't.
But did it deliver on its message the right way?
They didn't do it right.
If you can stay awake, and it's like
4
we
hours.
talked about this on our podcast, but
lecture.
you need so much context, like biblical,
Yeah,
geographical.
yeah. You already need to have knowledge of all this other shit. to even,
Deuteronomy,
like,
22,
Bro,
nigga.
you gotta know a little Hebrew.
Yeah.
You're not the average person ain't going in there and being able to connect all the thoughts that they're giving off.
yeah.
The lame is just
Gotcha.
gonna lay right down.
Gotcha.
And like it's easy if you don't know. Like, you know how some niggas sound smart, the dumb niggas?
Yeah.
It's a perfect
Yeah.
example of that.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
a lot of big words, but you ain't saying
Shit.
right now. Yeah.
Expeditious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much information at you at once that it's just like I said, if you're basic, you'll just like okay.
Yeah.
Days out.
But the documentary, it was cool though. Like, you know, we're all children of Judah. If you didn't know,
Allegedly.
Right.
Save their careers. Like, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
I never met him, but I heard.
Allegedly, like, we're all children.
Yeah.
And like we was talking about it, like it matters because it gives us a team. Like being black isn't a big enough jersey to just put on.
Well, that's
in
why,
America
that's
especially.
why
Yeah, it's just like-
the terms like when you're foundational Black America. That's why terms like that were established because
because they want to make it a squad for everybody.
Yeah,
essentially,
there's no. It's like African American. What's that heritage? That heritage is slavery, but
It's
it's
vague.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's vague. It still covers a lot because an African can come here, and the average person will call him an African American, but he's actually just an African. You know what I'm saying?
I went to the National History Museum, the black one in DC.
DC, I went up
I
there
haven't
too.
been there in a
That
long
shit-
time. I've
It's
been
fire
there.
in there.
been
There's a lot
while.
of shit in there, bro.
It's
a lot.
Fire. Like,
be honest.
it was
To me.
I found it like disrespectful.
For real.
Like, the first floor was slavery. You know that because that's where our story starts.
That's the trauma room.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
You know,
Everybody knows that, right?
You know, we
Yeah.
all came.
That's
According to the
shackled.
white man.
It's our Krypton.
Everybody came shackled. There wasn't no free niggas. you know,
Right, that's a fact.
On
Yeah,
the boat.
The chains
That's
darkened our skin.
You know what I mean?
that's really the biggest finesse. They try to make it seem like all the black people got here during slavery.
No,
and less
no,
than
no,
half
no.
a million of them got here.
But you
during
know what? You know
slavery.
what's
Like,
funny that you said that because for me, when I looked at it, when I went there, and I went there with somebody at the time, but when I looked at it, I was like, bro, look how far we done fucking came. That was my personal take
You
on
can
it.
look at it that way too.
You know what I'm saying? That was my take. But it's like, I understand what you're saying, I think, but it's just like, for me at the time when I was there and the space I was in at the time, because this was like, I went probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
It's been a while since
It's
I've
been a
been.
while since I went.
Oh,
but-
okay.
But when I went, it was just like, goddamn, bro, we not the same niggas we were. We were at some point. You know what I'm saying? Within here.
And
Right.
I'm not. Let me do a better job of describing it. The first floor was. It wasn't. It was dark. It was gloomy. Like it felt like
They were trying to
slavery.
create a vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Okay,
felt like
okay,
slavery.
okay.
Yeah,
I feel that.
their
I feel
point
that.
was to
Second
create
floor.
the bottom of that ship.
That was the bottom deck of the ships.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I feel
second
that.
floor. Now I don't know if it was the same floor when you went.
Okay.
But the second floor now it was just a bunch of miscellaneous bullshit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
oh, the first nigga who played the saxophone.
Yeah,
Like, for real.
yeah.
Third floor, we get to the outfits, the Michael Jackson outfits, the Prince outfits. The shit that's cool.
Right.
But that's all like
Cultural.
Cultural
like,
significance.
you know what I mean?
Facts,
And then they did have a little African part, but it was just so vague because it's like Africa is a continent. You get what I
True,
mean?
Yes.
true. It's so many. There's tribes in Africa.
That's
Like,
why.
so much-
That's
yeah,
why,
bro.
If we
Tribes
made
and
it,
countries. Yeah.
if we made it known, like we had, like, yo, we wearing the jersey of Israel on our back.
Right.
We go to these museums, it'll be about our tribes. It
Okay,
won't
so
just
how do
be
you
about-
think if they were to rearrange the floors, add another floor? So your first floor would be. What would your first floor be before we get to the slavery floor? Because that floor can't go nowhere.
That's
It's
true.
got to be
Okay,
there.
that's
It's got to
true.
be somewhere. But where would it be?
Man, the slavery floor?
Yeah, it'd probably be floor 2, right?
Man, you see, that's the
You think you know enough African history to answer this?
You talk about the kings in Africa.
That is deep, man. That is you do got to know some
It's
history
deep. It's
too.
deep, yeah.
And then, you know,
But the way that
It
I'm hearing it
depends.
though, it's like the first floor would have to be what black people were. So it would need to show black people in America before it was colonized. It would need to show black people in Africa.
Yeah.
Then I feel like the slavery floor, low key,
Look.
we might not even need a slavery floor. Before the slavery floor, we might need to make sure we highlight the African tribes that sold slaves and caught slaves, and then the beginning of the slave part.
Yeah, so
and
like,
then
let's be clear.
But you see, I feel like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that can be on the first floor.
Right.
And I think the second floor could be slavery because it's like, oh yeah, then we get to this part.
Okay,
Then
okay.
We get to, you know,
So
the
like
first nigga
chronological
that played the
order.
saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First nigga that got his dick sucked on the white bench.
Yeah.
Leroy Jones.
Leroy Jones.
Leroy Jones. What was it, about
Leroy-
1942? 62.
62.
Excuse me.
But yeah, you get what I mean.
I feel that.
Nah,
I
the
feel that.
slavery floor, we have to see that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even before that, like, don't you think the first floor should be like the history, like us in Egypt building pyramids?
what I'm
Yeah. Shit like
So
that.
that
You
first
see-
floor will cover everything pre-slavery.
Pre-slavery.
Yeah,
right.
facts.
Like us inventing the wheel and shit, discovering
right,
fire.
exactly. Yeah.
Because how many other how many other inventions did we do that niggas don't know that we did? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But see, now this is where we getting hot though.
I was
You
about to
said
say.
lost childs of Israel, lost children of Israel, right?
Yeah.
Like, see, they not finna put that in no goddamn museum. Okay, they not going for that.
You see, and that's
Yeah.
why
If it's
They would
not
have to rip up a
black-owned,
few history
Not in the
books.
National Mall.
and that's
facts.
why, like, I see, like, how America, you know, made it, you know, they put it this way. They turned us black. We forgot about our history.
That's facts.
Now
You little lost your
Israel, we
last
look at
name.
Israel like, oh yeah, we just bond them niggas. Fuck them.
That's
Like,
facts.
nah,
Right? Yeah,
But,
yeah.
nigga, that's our home. Like, in
Yeah.
a sense, like, this is a Native American's home. White
Right.
people took it. Same shit.
Well, outside of Native Americans, there were black people, straight black people here too.
They called him the Blue Man.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
straight black people here too, and that's another thing too, because the Native Americans, they were mass genocided by pilgrims and white folks and shit when they came over, but there were still a lot of black people that were here that just also got roped into slavery along with the less than 500,000 slaves that came through the transatlantic slave
trade.
trade.
There was
You know what I'm saying?
supposedly, like it's this nigga that Joe Rogan be having on his podcast.
Yeah.
He be talking about, you know, prehistoric, ancient, you know, events that destroyed Earth and shit.
I think I know who you're talking
Graham
about.
Hancock.
Yes,
Graham
yes,
Hancock.
yeah.
He was
Put
like,
it at your ass, nigga.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm reaching
that
it.
frappuccino.
Yeah, nigga, you did that.
But fucking
That coffee.
that coffee, nigga. But he was like, it was some like meteor that hit Africa that, like, you know, made
They gave us
all black
vibranium?
people- Yeah,
It launched black people into the United
kryptonite
States.
meteor. It made all black people like migrate to America.
Gotcha.
It's all
Because back in Pangea, the shit was connected.
when it was all
right?
connected.
Like,
Yeah,
it's all
When
science
when
based.
it
You
was a
know,
land bridge.
I can't describe it because, you know, I'm no fucking scientist.
Right.
heard this story
But trust me, it happened. Nigga.
Yeah.
Because they found artifacts from the black people or something.
Bro.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I've heard this story.
I've heard a theory. How you think they built the pyramids?
Low key aliens, bro. That shit's crazy.
Might have been some intervention from some aliens
Nigga,
I
or
heard
some
that shit.
Now-
celestial situation.
Now keep it a band, because we've argued about this shit religiously.
mad
nigga.
niggas
Keep it-
in,
I see
mad
this
niggas in
shit.
pulley systems, bro. That's me.
Magnets.
No, I said mad niggas in pulley systems.
I don't
But you're talking about
Slavery
magnets?
and pulley systems.
Like,
Yeah,
I
facts.
was watching this video. Like, you can manipulate objects like sand, water.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
with
yeah.
magnets and shit.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Like, it's been experiments. This is what
So
Nikola
they-
Tesla was talking about.
Okay.
How he got and shit.
Gotcha.
You sound intelligent, nigga.
You're like, who is this nigga?
I'm gonna send y'all this. It's fucking
Yeah, send it to me, yeah.
mind blowing.
So it's
I
basically
wanna
like
see this
science.
shit.
They basically used.
Nigga.
Madness makes sense.
So before
Makes sense.
we aren't like the first human beings that
No.
made it to this point of intelligence.
Yeah,
No,
progress
no.
is
Very
linear.
true.
Progress
I feel
is
like-
linear.
I believe
Hey,
that,
yeah,
bro.
I feel like we've definitely reversed in technology.
I believe
for
that.
sure.
I believe that,
I
bro.
wouldn't
There
say
was a-
reverse, but there was another group of people who figured out another way of living life
Yeah.
without machinery and combustion engines.
So
True,
like alchemy.
true.
So they alchemy and magic, like
Right.
You was a bunch of mystics back then and shit.
feel me?
See, I thought that you was finna go that Eddie Griffin bullshit that you
Bro,
try to regurgitate to
I
me.
think-
What's his?
that was like episode 11.
Nigga say there's a top and there's a bottom, and the bottom's really the top.
They
Like,
built
nigga,
it like, they built it like it's a couple different theories.
Right.
It was probably they probably built it multiple different ways.
Right.
But the way I think how you pick up a big ass rock, you use magnets.
True.
Or vibration. I can see that.
Vibration,
Yeah.
sound, and frequency.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What
And
Levy
this-
systems.
And that's another thing too, bro. Like I remember, those people that used to work on the pyramids, they bones be worn down, nigga. You know what I'm saying? From pushing shit, backs be arched.
Fractures
you know what
all
I'm
over,
saying?
yeah.
Fractures up and down their
Unhealed.
legs and arms. So it was definitely still some straight manual labor. Cause I'm thinking, I mean, back then it's not uncommon for them to just they shave down this rock to a perfect triangle or square, and they tie 400 men up to this rock. It just
And you see,
it just started to pull it up this.
Them shits
pull
is
it up
placed
this
too
fucking
perfectly.
hill.
They're like Legos. Like, ain't no way they had
like that's
Yeah.
the crazy
that
part.
precise.
Like even your language, it's like nigga, we built it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like
Yeah.
nigga, we.
Yeah, true.
Nigga, that shit got to you, nigga.
I'm fucking right. I'm fucking
Them
right.
Israelites got to him, man.
That's a fact.
Hey,
That's a fact.
fact.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It
Correct.
sound like that movie hit you right
Nah,
in the
but it's
field.
just
Yeah.
it's all like
He soaked some of
it's
that
some
in.
shit that like I've been knew about.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like history. Like we didn't start from slavery,
Nah,
Yeah.
facts,
Oh, no,
facts.
of course
100,
not.
100.
and it's not as vague as just Africa.
If it took
Yeah,
place,
no.
if
You know
all
what I
these
mean?
events took place in Northern Africa, how can they be white people?
Yeah,
that's
facts.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
facts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
facts.
the
History
Literally
is
can be.
history is made by the
That-
victors.
the
You know,
people
like
who
we
win
said
the
that.
war,
You
yeah.
know, so
And you know what's interesting? The
History's
only
written
two
by-
races who have a color as the name is black and white people.
Facts.
When white people came over here, they were trying to get away from Britain and Europe and all that
Correct.
shit. So
Right.
they wanted to forget they shit.
Yeah,
It's like
true.
fucking monarchs and king systems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Black
yeah.
people. We the only people who just America. That's where we
No,
started.
that's a
Right,
100.
right,
That's 100.
right.
I always
That's a
say it
fact.
because when I first came here at 8 years old, the first thing I noticed as a child was being black.
You're a
I
nigga
never
now.
I never
Yeah,
knew that.
yeah.
I never knew that before. I was just a kid.
You're not
I heard
Jamaican.
somebody. I
Yeah.
overheard somebody say something like, "Yeah, Lauren, the black kid." I was like, "Nigga, the black kid? What the fuck that mean?"
Yup, yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
In America, you're the black
Yeah,
kid. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
We get it's like we're just a color, and
Yeah.
that's why we have to have a team. Children of Judah, nigga. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you sold,
You gotta
nigga.
start repping
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know, I'm a little
yeah.
skeptical
See-
still. Like I
See,
used
I'm
to,
a little skeptical. See,
uh,
I'm more with the FBA. I'm more on that side.
like, you know Dr. Claude Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, like native blacks and all
Yeah,
that.
right.
yeah.
I'm more on that. Like, I know for a fact that I know for a fact that my family heritage was in a plantation. I actually went to the plantation in Alabama
Oh,
and
word?
saw it. So, like, I know my family for sure came through slavery. I know that for a fact.
What did that do for you to be able to like really see your
Okay.
lineage and your ancestry?
Okay, bruh, it's fucking crazy. It's called the Avery Plantation, and it's in Alabama. And when you go out into there, when you go out on that field where the house is like still there, but it's not in its glory days like it probably was at one point. But when you go through, bruh, there's unmarked graves with like handwritten, carved into the cement or whatever for like marking dates and stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy, bruh.
That's
And
sweet.
when you're there, it feels like you could feel everything.
It's
there.
like an ominous presence. It's just kind of
Yes,
spooky.
you can feel the spirits there. Like you can feel the ancestors there. Essentially, the ones that are literally in this earth right now.
Because a lot of really sad shit took place there.
Exactly.
That's a
So
fact,
when you
man.
go there, it's an automatic like.
Yeah, like if you see a tree with a strong branch, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, bro. It's kind of crazy.
And did you go find the descendants? Like, yo, like you got to see about this shit.
So no, I didn't do that.
How
Like,
would you even like go?
well, we tracked it down my mom's side, and we know some of the. I have family in that area still, like Alabama, like Opelika, Georgia, in that area. So it's like we all got together. Like when we went to Georgia first, linked up with a couple cousins. Then we went to Alabama, linked up with a couple cousins. Then we all went.
So this was like
Sacrificial.
like nigga.
Yeah, this was like a trip of like 8 to
Yeah.
10 people,
okay.
maybe even 12. You know, what I'm
Damn
saying?
near a reunion right there.
Low key, yeah. I mean, essentially, but like,
all it take.
yeah, but it's like literally they all just like got together. We're like, let's track it all the way back, and then this is where our family came from.
But what about like the slave owners?
I never tracked that.
Never
We never
tracked
tracked. They might have. I was younger at the time when I went too. So keep in mind, I was probably in 8th grade, right before I started high school.
Wow. Okay.
So it was a while ago. Like I haven't been since then.
Yeah.
So, but that would be interesting though. To see.
Even thinking about all of that in 8th grade was probably a little over
Yeah,
your head.
and even on that, but but I still remember the feeling I had when I was there. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm about to say you could have been a young nigga about it. Like it smells over there.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Something about this area is different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was crazy. That was for sure
So do you
crazy.
believe in like ancestral pain? Like as a concept, as
Not. Well, yeah, kinda, but at the same time,
Like something that passes.
I haven't
down
looked
from
into it as
generation
much
to generation.
either. Like the
feel-
concept, just you saying it to me, I kind of understand what you're saying.
like someone living a lifetime of horrific events and pain and all that.
Like
that
based off their
alcoholism.
passes
ancestors.
down, that's something
Now
that-
I've heard
that
a
carries.
neuroscientist, but I've heard a neuroscientist speak about this shit. He was like, anxiety and trauma can be passed down because it's really just chemical shit going on in your brain.
Right.
Yeah.
So like you might
Yeah.
be predisposed to that type of shit,
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on what your ancestors went through. That's why it's important to know where you come from.
Right.
That's what
I-
the. I'm
Good,
sorry.
man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what the when we were talking about horror movies and shit. The horror movie Hereditary was sort of low key about that, but even though they were using it as a demon passing down from one family member to another, but the demon was an allegory for past trauma and shit, and how you could pass it on to the next and next.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah,
I was
good.
watching this video of this preacher, and he was talking about there was a study, there was a hypnotist, right?
Okay.
He hypnotized like 4 people. He took one person's history away. He inflated another person's future, inflated another person's history. You know, this more shit. You get the point.
Right.
The niggas with the forgotten history
Fell
had
off the worst.
a lot of anxiety, a lot of just a lot of problems.
Right. Yeah.
Just slavery shit.
right. Right.
High
essentially.
cholesterol. Yeah,
Essentially. Yeah. You're right.
Diabetes.
Right.
diabetes.
Niggas
Right,
got
right.
gout.
But long story short, their operation through life is a little bit more traumatic than the other person who's got an inflated sense of future or
It's
ego
hard
or
to
whatever.
go forward if you can't even look back.
Right.
Like you have to be able to look back.
That was
Right.
beautifully put, nigga.
That
Poetic.
was. Yeah.
That's like with
It's real shit though.
Yeah.
yeah, what do you call it? Not insomnia, but like Alzheimer's and shit. You know, like when
Right.
you lose, we're nothing but our memories and shit. You know, and our
Yeah.
past. Yeah, so it's just like when you lose that shit, it's like, well, who are you?
Yeah.
Like what was that movie with Adam Sandler? The bitch forgot like every day.
50 first dates.
50 first dates.
first
Yeah.
dates.
Like nigga, she was
Where
living
every day
hell.
you had a reminder that they were married low key. Yeah.
Nigga, you can't be forgetting.
It's an impossible.
Yeah,
way to
right.
live.
Yeah, losing your mind is the scariest thing in the
Yeah.
world, or not having a sense of where you come from. That I think it is slept on. It's not even slept on. It's ignored. It's done for a reason. It was done for a reason. How do you get a group of people in line? You wash out what they came from. You know what I'm saying?
It's procedural.
Yeah, it's procedural. All these things, nothing is done. Stripping somebody of their name is not. You know what? Yeah, let's just take their name. That sounds like a good idea. It's not. It's like no.
It's
We
their
need-
property. Yeah, so they don't need it.
we need to make sure that we can instill things even in future generations by enacting these certain things, aka white supremacy.
Can't say it didn't work.
It was
Pretty much
all,
that's what
it
it
was
comes
all
down to.
science based. That
It's
nigga
all
Willie Lynch
science-based.
was a genius.
That was
Low key,
it was
low key,
psychology
yeah,
based.
yeah.
If you would have
literally.
used that shit for like other shit,
Solve world hunger or something.
Right.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
You would have solved world hunger. Yeah, if you would have
could've put
used
together-
that.
I mean, he solved it for his
mastermind-
people, didn't he?
Low key,
Well, he
I mean,
created a lot of
low
generational
key.
wealth.
It's a dark
it's
way
all
to
about
think.
perspective.
That's a fact, though. It's a dark way to look at it,
There's
but
perspective.
It's a
Yeah,
dark way to
yeah.
look at it, but my nigga,
see,
like,